Liverpool boss Arne has surprised fans and pundits alike with a big revelation, one that comes right as talk of an agreed deal was revealed. The Dutchman has already shown he's unafraid to make bold decisions, but this latest development adds another intriguing twist to the story surrounding his plans for the club. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Federico Chiesa has been added to Liverpool's squad for the Champions League phase following the long-term injury to centre-back Giovanni Leone. Chiesa was originally left out of Liverpool's senior group for the Champions League, with Arne required to cut one of his first-team players due to squad restrictions. But serious injury for Leone, who is expected to miss the remainder of the campaign after tearing his ACL, has seen the club employ a new UEFA rule, as Slot confirmed on Friday. UEFA announced that up to the sixth game of the league phase, clubs can make one change to their outfield players on list A, in the event of long-term injury or illness. That means Chiesa has now replaced Leone in the squad, which is clearly not a like-for-like change, but was certainly the most obvious choice. Many felt Chiesa should have been included in Slot's squad in the first place, but the head coach opted to register Rio Ngumoha as his fifth attacking option alongside Alexander Isak, Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo and Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool can still add another centre-back to their Champions League ranks ahead of any of their remaining clashes with Galatasaray, Eintracht Frankfurt, Real Madrid, PSV Eindhoven, Inter Milan, Marseille and Karabakh. However, they must fit the criteria for List B, born on or after January 1st, 2004, and having been eligible to play for the club for at least 2 years since his 15th birthday. Academy defenders Carter Pinnington, 18, and Welity Lucky, 19, both fit that description, as does Amara Nallo, 18, but he is currently injured himself. Reece Williams, who was drafted into the squad for the Carabao Cup win over Southampton, which brought Leone's injury, is not eligible as he is 24 and would have been required to be named on the senior list A. Chiesa's experience and versatility could prove particularly useful as the league phase progresses, particularly if Liverpool pick up further fitness problems. Slot could employ rotation at points, with the Italian capable of filling in across the entire forward line, including, as shown late on against Southampton, as a number 10. Liverpool will also be aware of Mohamed Salah's expected inclusion in the Egypt squad for a mid-season Africa Cup of Nations, which if he reaches the final would likely see him miss the trip to Marseille on January 21st. Now, in a big Arne Slot reveal, Arne Slot has no concerns over Rio Ngumoha getting ahead of himself after signing his first professional contract with Liverpool, as he is in the right environment for him. The news of Ngumoha's first professional contract, which he had only been eligible to sign after his 17th birthday at the end of August, was confirmed on Thursday. It means the winger is tied to Liverpool until 2028, with the rules around such deals stipulating a maximum commitment of 3 years. While there will almost certainly already be an agreement in place for his next contract, which he can sign when he turns 18, Ngumoha will still be required to fight for minutes under Slot. The good thing is, if you are a youngster playing at Liverpool, there are players you are playing with who are still better than you are, the head coach told reporters on Friday. That, I think, helps them to stay grounded and to know there are still steps to make than if you are playing at maybe a club of a lower level. If you are as good as Rio, then you would maybe belong straight away to the best players of the team, and that can lead to maybe a situation where he's not as grounded as he should be. Here, that's not a problem at all. First of all, because of who he is. He's a player who constantly wants to improve. But if you train and play with other wingers like Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah and Federico Chiesa, all the others, then I think he feels there is still a step to make. First of all, to get to their level. Then, if he is at their level, then it's about being as consistent as these players are. That is the most difficult thing. Becoming really good is something a lot of players maybe can do, but becoming consistently really good is why the top players stand out. In the likes of Salah, Gakpo and Chiesa, Ngumoha has not only the perfect role models in terms of their wide play, but also their application off the pitch. The work rate Chiesa showed for the entire 90 minutes of Tuesday's 2-1 win over Southampton, which saw him play in a variety of roles across the forward line, is a prime example of what is required off the ball. Meanwhile, Salah is widely acknowledged to set the standard in terms of his work away from games, including his diet and training regime. Ngumoha will already be aware of this, but knowing that he is battling for game time with world-class players should make clear that there is a long way to go. Fortunately for Slot and Liverpool, their number 73 is already showing signs of becoming an outstanding winger and can be relied upon as a first-team option. In other news, Giovanni Leone is expected to miss a number of months, and likely the remainder of the season, with an ACL injury, but has vowed to be back as soon as possible. Leone suffered a serious knee injury on his debut for Liverpool, having caught his left leg in a routine challenge in Tuesday's 2-1 win over Southampton. Sources in Italy have claimed the issue is a torn ACL, meaning the 18-year-old will spend the rest of the campaign in recovery. That is a cruel blow after a promising start, with Leone having excelled on his maiden outing as one of 11 changes to Arne Slot's side for the Carabao Cup. I want to sincerely thank every single person who has shown me support in this difficult moment, Leone wrote. It wasn't the debut I had always dreamed of, but I will give everything to be back playing in this magical stadium as soon as possible. Thank you so much. The significance of Leone's injury showed as a number of his teammates posted replies backing the Italian in his recovery process. Among those were Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Stefan Bajcetic, Connor Bradley, and Jadon Dance, all of whom have experienced the toll of long spells in rehabilitation. Florian Wirtz was kept out for 10 months with a torn ACL, while at Bayer Leverkusen in 2022, with the number 7 writing, "You'll come back stronger." Alexander Isak, Andy Robertson, and Rio Ngumoha also shared messages of support, while the centre-back will be given the full backing of the squad behind the scenes at the AXA training centre. His absence leaves Slot with 3 fit senior centre-backs in Van Dijk, Konate, and Joe Gomez, who has also suffered a number of serious injuries in his career. If Leone is set to miss the rest of the season, as is expected, Liverpool could turn to the transfer market for a new defender in January. The obvious candidate would be Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi, who remains a target after the breakdown of his proposed £35 million move to Anfield on deadline day. Guehi will be a free agent at the end of the season, and it was believed that Liverpool would wait until the summer in before completing a deal for the 25-year-old, but that always dependent on the situation within Slot's squad come mid-season, and Leone's serious injury will almost certainly prompt a revival of their talks with Palace, albeit for a lower fee than £35 million. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.